Day 3 is upon us. I have some little helpers today. It rained yesterday, so we got rained out. It's 9:40 in the morning, so we're getting a little later start today, but it should be, hopefully, maybe, dried out enough to get started. So we're gonna head down to Nichols and see what we've got going on. First truck is off to the races. And then we got this one. Weather update. We're about a mile from the farm, headed to Nichols, and it is a light drizzle. Not ideal conditions for harvest, so we'll have to see when we get down. Oh, I see a little ray of sunshine over there. What happened there, Joes?
No. I think of this corn.
Huh. You found some. Oh my.
There's some on my pants.
That happens. Alright, let's go untarp the truck.
What? Cool. Hey, Joe. Oh, God.
What happened? You got them in your boot already?
Pull me up.
Need help? I think you got it.
Daddy,
Yeah?
look down there.
What is it?
Look at that big red thing over there.
Yeah. Cob. Not cooperating. See, it was bunched up on there, so hopefully it'll roll now.
Daddy,
Yep.
I don't see any.
Now we wait for the combine. We're headed back to the farm with the first load for the day. What time is it? 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. We're headed back with the first load. So Lane said it's a little bit wet out there, but it's okay to go. We could use a little breeze. When you need one, you don't have one. You know how that goes. So we're headed back to the farm. Children are on full revolt mode. They say they need a snack. I did not bring a snack with me. It's a whole ordeal. So we'll get back to the home farm, get a snack. That's the most important thing at this point. And then I'll get everything switched over. So when Bruce is coming up behind me, everything's good to go. We'll just leave everything running today, so it'll be quick in and out. Hopefully we'll somewhat be able to keep up. We just pulled in the driveway with the first load of the day. 11:24. So it takes about 25 minutes to get back. I just looked at the combine. It is at 36,000 pounds for the load it's working on. So I was just figuring the grain cart can hold 42,000 pounds, so it's not quite full yet. And then it probably needs another 20,000 to make a full load. So as long as we get back on the road before it gets a full load down there, I think we can keep the grain cart and the combine going. We just got unloaded. This round was a little bit slower because the kids got out of the truck. So the combine's at 60,310. It looks like he's unloading at the truck right now. If I would have been by myself on a regular load, I think I would have made it out before he was loaded, or pretty close. So I think be able to keep up today. As the day goes on, we'll just have to see. He's probably in some of the better corn that he's going to be in, so that's a good test. And it's been a little slower to start up. The children have lost their patience, so we're swapping. Go, stay over here. All right, come on. Sis, how was horsey school? All right, the children are swapped out, headed home. Joe's was getting a little sleepy, a little grumpy, a little tired, a little hungry, a little 2-year-old. And we'll see where we meet the other truck, see if we're gonna be able to keep up or not. I almost forgot the lunch review for the day. It is a Brugger's knockoff, everything bagel, ham, turkey, some sort of mayo or something, cream cheese. I decided you can't really call it a review if you don't actually review the lunch. So the bagel was good, the cream cheese and the ham and turkey were the best part of it. It was very good, very fresh. The bagel wasn't stale, just wasn't crispy. So maybe, I wonder if you would toast the bagel, if it would be a little bit crispier, a little crunchy. So maybe we can try that next time. Toast the bagel. There's the other truck. I met the other truck a mile from Lone Tree. Just getting back to Lone Tree right now. So the combine has about 25,000 pounds on it. We need another 15 to get the grain cart full. So if I can make it from Lone Tree back to there, then we'll have a full grain cart. He can unload on me, go back, get the other 20,000 pounds that he needs, and then I'll have a full load and can get going. So on this first round here, we'll just have to see where we end up, if we're gonna be able to make it work. I think if they have to wait at all, they're gonna have to wait a few minutes, 5 to 10, which I don't really like, but it's better than waiting for 20 or 30 minutes, like they would have if we only had one driver. Just pulled in the field. The grain cart is very, very full. And the combine was stopped for a minute or so while he was loading onto it there. So I don't think we're gonna keep up. Parked a little further down the hill this time, just so it's a little closer to the grain cart. So we got a little further pull up out of the field here, but we are off with my second load, third load of the day. There's no way we're keeping up. We're just not keeping up. So we'll do what we can. I guess those guys are gonna get some time to watch some YouTube videos or something. Maybe they can watch yesterday's video, you know. That'd be a good time. We are headed back to the home farm. Get unloaded, come back down and do it again. He's working his way this way, but he's in the longest rows right now. He's like halfway across the field. See a little bit of corn in there, so he might actually have to back out, turn around, dump on the grain cart, and then that'll take him a little bit longer, but it's still good corn, and we're just running a long ways. So just made it back to the home farm, got weighed in. unloading. I'm gonna go start the dryer now. So we'll walk through how that goes. I already loaded it, so when it shuts off, there's a little bit of space at the top. So you gotta load it back up. So now it's ready. All right, see you in 3, 2, 1. And then heat. 3, 2, leave one off. Then they'll heat up. Then once it's heated up, I'll turn the unload auger on, and then the whole system will start. The other leg's already on. So once the unload auger's on, then it starts working on its own. I've got it set to a certain speed, so it just keeps going the same speed all the time. And right now, that's how I've been running it. It does have an automatic mode, but I haven't gotten the moisture tester on the back to where I feel confident that it's going to do the right thing. So I just run it in manual for now, and then it dries the corn down to 15.5%, and then we can adjust it if the moisture on the corn coming in goes up or it goes down. We adjust the speed of it. Unloaded, dryer's running. We are headed back to Nichols. I actually met Bruce when he was coming through Nichols, so he caught me there. I don't know, he must have his track shoes on today or something. I couldn't go that fast. So I am gonna see if I can pull up the dryer here on my phone before I get headed down the road. Make sure that's the dryer. Yep. Unloading. Looks like we're good to go. So I did slow it down a little bit. Still running a little higher than I'd like, but that moisture sensor is not right at this point. So we will check it. We'll check the moisture coming out of the back of it when we get back on the next trip. But for the time being, it'll be fine. And we'll see where we meet Bruce this time. Get down there, get loaded up, and then head back home. Going around and around as fast as you can, within the legal limits of the speed limit, of course. The game of keeping up has ended. Combine's down there. Grain cart. Oh my goodness. Well, it was fun while it lasted, but it didn't last very long. Get out and check, make sure my hoppers are closed. Good to go there. That is one grain cart full. We'll wait for him to go back and get a little more, and then we'll be able to take off. I made it back to the home farm, and I was just checking the dryer, and it was up to 17%. I did have it when I left Nichols, it was down to 15%, so it's kind of all over the place. So I'm going to check it when I get unloaded here and see what it's actually doing. Did a bunch of running around, figured out that the dryer was not mine. It was a little bit higher than I wanted it to be, so I had turned it up 2 notches, and I turned it back down. I just want to get it a little bit drier. I got the fan running on that bin, so that'll take a little bit out, but that'll take a while to make that happen. And we're going to want to feed that corn for too long here. So I just want to make sure that it's Alright, we're gonna change our method here a little bit. So we were getting the grain cart full and then coming back to the truck on that second load to see, or just so he was full. So now we're gonna try, and when the combine gets to the end here, the grain cart should have like 350 bushels on it, and then he's gonna fill the truck and I'm gonna get going. So it might be a little bit lighter than I was before, but I think it'll help the process along a little bit. So hopefully the combine doesn't have to sit as long. I am loaded and headed out. The combine is about 3/4 of the way down his road with his auger in, so he wouldn't have even started loading the grain cart on the second round yet. So I'll probably pass him, the combine, on the road here before he gets turned back around. And then I'll go back the other way. So it would have been another probably 5 to 7 minutes. So by the time he gets back down to the other end, I should be through Nichols and, you know, a few miles outside of town. So we'll see how this theory works out, but we've tried it before and it usually works. I just forgotten about it because usually we had 3 trucks, or I mean sometimes we'd have 3 drivers, so you really wouldn't have to worry about it. But now that we're a little short and we've got enough people, we can try it. Just made it back to Nichols. The combine and the grain cart are still running, so that's good. I don't know for sure yet if it's because what we changed, because this corn up here can tend to be not quite as good. In other news, this says 16.8. That is the dryer. Pissed me off. I turned the heat up, I turned the rollers down, so it should slow it down a little bit, but I've been chasing it, so it just doesn't seem to be reacting like I think it should. So I'm gonna try it like this for a little bit. When I head back, I'm gonna see if it's come down any. It's only sampling every 5 minutes. Sometimes if you sample it more than that, I feel like it gets like almost sampling too much. So sampling every 5 minutes, I'll give it a little bit here to see where it comes out. I do notice that the temperature of the grain coming out the back is 70 degrees now, which before it was like, or not 70, it's 100 degrees now. Before it was 75 or so, 80. So we have increased the grain temperature a little bit, but I'd really like to see it down, the moisture down more around like 15.5 or 16, so a point less than where it's at now. So we'll just have to see what it comes out like, and I might have to turn it down more, but I'd like to wait a little bit to see if that hotter temperature is gonna help. Might as well do a harvest update while I'm sitting here. This field is averaging 186 bushels per acre, 22% moisture, and we've done 113 acres. Most of the bad stuff is knocked out. Like where I'm sitting now is not super fantastic. It's pretty sandy. So this is all done. And then he's working on the stuff that gets a little better in here. Right where he just came from is not great, but then up in here it starts to get better. So this stuff over here is all sand. If you don't have the pivot on it, you don't get anything. And that stuff is pretty good down there. So this is one of the irrigated fields. 186 is okay. I'd like to see a little better, and it'll probably get better than that as we go along here, but you can see this stuff is pretty sandy. Got like 40 acres left in this field, so that should leave us with like 20 to go in the morning, so we should be able to get a pretty good start, get that done, get moved to the next farm. This load will get me loaded, head back home. Gotta check the dryer again this time just to make sure that I'm on the sped it up a couple more notches, so I'm hoping that it stays in line. The corn, as we've gone across here, has actually gotten a little drier. It's down to about 20%. So we're sitting pretty good on that front, and he's moving right along. It's got kind of cloudy. I haven't looked at the weather. It doesn't really matter. If it starts raining, we'll stop. So he's moving along, and I don't know, it's gotten a little less humid, so I think that's helped with the drying. When it's freaking humid, it just does not want to dry down like it should, or it doesn't react like I think it's going to. So get loaded here, head back to the home farm. Look who's here. Oh boy. Supper time. A guest appearance by the Joes.
Say supper delivery.
Oh boy, thank you. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Some dessert.
I've got the dryer down to 14%, and that is 1% in the wrong direction. So I turned the speed back up a little bit, and I think that should get us pretty close to where we are supposed to be. The weather today was a little humid, and when it's humid, it just does not dry right. You're just stuck in that humidity, and you wouldn't think, or at least in my mind, it shouldn't affect it, but it does. So it's cooled off a little bit now, so the dryer's working a little more efficiently. So I think that has something to do with what it's doing. And then also, I turned that heat up a few hours ago, and I think that was probably the right thing to do. So I had been running it at pretty cool temperatures according to the sheet that they give you. So right now I'm in like the middle of the range that they give you. Oh, I thought I lost my TV, but I set it on the floor. Alright, let's see what we got for the supper. Oh my sweet baby Jesus. Fruit, blueberries, raspberries, we got peppers, that was corn. They're happy. And then Philly cheesesteak. Woo! Alright, I'm gonna try and make it out of this driveway made for cars. That should be a good time. It's dark, so I was hoping that I could do a video facing back, because that would have been cool. But it's not happening, so we're gonna get to play by play. Alright, here we go. I came in through the driveway, but I didn't weigh 90,000 pounds when I came in through the driveway. Here we go. Alright, we're gonna take her wide. Take her to the right. Try and fall. Find the driveway first of all. This is the camera. Alright, alright. I think we're good here. This is super sketchy. Oh shit, I almost went left for one. Alright. So I went a little too far to the left, and then it dipped down that way. Check the dryer, park it, call it good.